when I was about to step into the journey, my number one goal was financial freedom. Property never lose. They increase the value. And banks lend more than 90%, around 90% for property, which is, it's low risk. So you can't never lose because the lenders lend because they know for sure they can recover. So it's a low risk investment yield over the years. You cannot lose. Properties grow even when you're sleeping.
Okay, so today we're joined by Oliver. Ollie, thanks for coming.
Thanks, Mike.
So Ollie is a member of our team and he does our due diligence packs and he is involved. He's in the numbers side of things. He's a strategy man. And so, Ollie, you're a property investor yourself.
Yes.
And you came to Australia when?
In 2013.
2013.
A decade ago.
Fantastic. It's about a decade ago. And where'd you come from? What country?
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
Yes.
Shout out to Sri Lanka. So tell us, you got here in 2013.
2013, yeah.
And then would you start, what was your first job in Australia?
I did cleaning, warehousing, and lots of odd jobs. Then I got into IT. So I came here to do my master's in 2013. I didn't know anyone in Australia. I don't have relatives. I don't have friends.
Yeah.
So the only one I knew, I met before I came to Australia, was the regional director in my university. Yeah. So I asked him, where can I stay? Yeah. I don't know Australia, don't have anybody. He gave me a map and he said, you can go here and book your accommodation and everything. I checked and my first stop was a dorm in central YHA. 8 people was there. I've never been in a room with 8 people. That was my journey. I was like, wow, what am I doing here? That was my first night.
Wow.
Yeah, I never live in outside my house.
Yeah.
So from that journey onwards, so I was determined one day I'm going to own a property. Yeah. So I started my studies, did all these odd jobs, same as other immigrants. Yeah. So tough life, studied well, wanted to get somewhere someday. That's my beginning.
Fantastic. So you basically came to Australia and stayed in a YHA at Central?
Yes.
And the YHA that's on at the train station?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's demolished.
Yeah, it's demolished, is it?
Yes.
There you go.
For the metro.
There you go. So from 2013, you were working all sorts of jobs just to get ahead. And then you bought your first property what year?
In 2021.
2021. Fantastic. And where was that located?
I actually bought 3 properties. They were off the plan. Yeah. One was in South Australia. That was the first property. The second one was in Queensland. The third one, that's in ACT.
ACT. Yeah. So 3 properties in about 4 years and in Australia for 11 years now. It's an amazing journey. And we have, we talk a lot about how people struggle to get into the market in real estate in Australia because property is expensive. But you don't have to buy in Sydney to start your property portfolio.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
That's what when I was about to step into the journey, my number one goal was financial freedom. Property never lose. They increase the value. And banks lend more than 90%, around 90% for property, which is, it's low risk. Yeah. So you can't never lose because the lenders lend because they know for sure they can recover. So it's a low risk investment yield over the years. Yeah. You cannot lose. Yeah. And properties grow even when you're sleeping. Yeah. So that's my thinking. I want something secure, grow over the years. Yeah. And Sydney was expensive. When I was looking initially, I could get a mortgage based on circumstances at that time. So what I thought, if I leave the money in the bank, how much interest am I going to get for a few years? Yeah. By the time market will grow further and further. And what can I do right now with the available capital? So investing into the areas where I can. That's how I decided to go into the other states. So even though I couldn't see them physically, you need to take a risk. You have to trust someone or something in your life.
If you don't take that step, you never get to your goal.
That's right.
It's like saying I'm going to walk outside, but if you don't take the first step, you can't move.
Yeah, that's
correct. So you never get there. Yeah. Fantastic. Tell me, what are some of the biggest challenges you've had with the properties? Any major issues or that you've had with those purchases?
Yes. Number one is when it's interstate, you can't visit them all the time.
No.
Sometimes you sign the paper, you don't know where the property is.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
You know the location. But
Yeah.
You never get to see. Some of the properties I haven't even visited.
Yeah.
I've visited one. You can't really see them. You can't get involved. But it's all about over the internet and over the phone. That's how you manage those things. You have to trust your instinct and you have to trust something. Things are good.
Yeah.
That I think is the biggest challenge.
Yeah.
You deal with things you don't see.
Yeah.
Money is transacting over the internet.
Yeah.
And also, when I had those properties, I had one of my properties, South Australia.
Yeah.
Property management was not really good. So I had a lot of issues. Dodgy.
Yeah.
I have all these hidden transactions. So I didn't know what to do. Then the thing I can do is to learn. So it's a learning curve.
Yeah.
Very, very tough times,
Of course.
And tenants sometimes they are not good.
Yeah.
But you can't give up. You are already in. Whatever you do in life, there are challenges.
100%.
Only thing is they grow you.
Yeah.
So you can see when you have a challenge, what's the opportunity?
Yeah.
Or you give up or you take the opportunity.
Yeah.
So I took the opportunity. I learned about properties. Then I got my real estate license, did the research, then joined Pinnacle.
Yeah.
And that journey is a big learning curve.
Yes.
Then I overcame my fears,
Yeah.
limitations.
Yeah.
You keep learning. Initially, when I bought the properties, I didn't know how to find a property management team.
Yeah.
But later, through studies, I learned to talk to people who know about. My wife used to say, when we talk to someone, we don't know anything.
Yeah.
I said, we know everything. We have 3 properties and we've been in this journey. We've been learning. So that's the experience.
That's experience.
So you know a lot of things. By now, I know a lot of things and I will learn a lot of things.
Yep.
So,
And if you don't put yourself out there, you don't learn, you don't progress, you don't move forward. And I sit here now with all my experience and I'm still learning every day.
Yes.
But I paid for a lot of that experience with so many mistakes. And there's plenty of times where I've lost money. We don't talk about that. We always talk about the times that I made money. So that's the same with you. You went through the dodgy property manager and had all these issues, but you've learned from it and you've come through it. Come through the end. And I think that's a testament to your positive, nature and the fact that you want to achieve this. You're not going to let little things stop you from achieving your goals.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I told my wife, look, when things are unpleasant, if we look back after a few months, we look back and say, oh, it was a bad time, but it's very good now.
Yeah.
At that time was really bad, with things going on. You never know what's going on behind.
Yeah.
But you put yourself out there and you take the risk and you studying. That's how you overcame.
Yeah.
Before you start anything, you didn't know anything.
You didn't know.
It's a process.
Yeah.
Before you become an expert or somewhat experienced, you always novel to the story.
Yeah.
That's how you begin. But if you never put yourself into the beginning, you will never come to the middle or to the end.
Yeah. You never. No, you never do.
That's the journey.
That's the journey. 100%. Tell me, what advice do you have from anyone? Let's say they're coming from Sri Lanka tomorrow. What's your advice to anyone that's new to Australia, that's starting out? Can this be done? Can you be a successful property investor?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Because now if I ask someone before who came to Australia in 2008, they would say, 2008 was easy. Now it's difficult.
Yeah.
But every time, it's a time. Everything is relative.
Yes.
Now it's within this setup, you can do it.
Tomorrow is going to be harder than today.
Yeah, but still there are ways. The more even harder, whatever, there are ways. So anybody can do it. There are still plenty of properties that are affordable. But only thing is you need to be willing to access those things.
Yep.
So my advice is set your goals. And that's how I did then. When I was about to settle one of my properties, I didn't even have a job.
Yes. You didn't have a job?
Yeah, I paid it. I paid it's off the plan.
Off the plan. So you paid the deposit?
Deposit nearly 50K.
Yeah.
And at that time, I didn't have a job. So I called the mortgage broker and I asked him, so I don't have a job. So if I was doing some marketing sort of things on the internet.
Yeah.
Can I settle this property?
Yeah.
He said, no, you can't. I said, why? Because if I earn enough income. But he said, you have to have a 2-year or some sort of history, things like that. I said, okay. So now the settlement is like 4 months away. It was like in October, November.
Yeah.
Settlement was in February. So, but I kept learning. I had a mentor.
Yeah.
So I told him, I want to achieve this goal. He said, okay, you have to write this affirmation and you repeat your goal every day. In every 3 hours, keep an alarm.
Yeah.
So I start repeating. I thought that I'm going to settle this the most possible way. Eventually, the more I repeat, then I found a job. And my settlement day, I never thought it's the only day. I thought I could settle it even later. Everything come in line.
Yeah.
Eventually, I settled the property.
Yeah.
And my last payslip was the only payslip required, like 3 payslips. I crossed it at the very moment.
No.
It's a crazy journey.
Wow.
My wife was on maternity leave and she was just coming out of that.
Yeah.
And it's very crazy.
So you just got a job, and then your last payslip was the payslip. The first payslip was the payslip you used.
Third payslip.
Third what?
I got the job in November.
Yeah.
November, December, January, February.
And then you gave the payslips,
Yes.
And then you got the settlement.
That's
you got the
right.
one and then you got the property settled.
Yeah.
Wow.
You need 3 payslips, right?
Yeah.
Recent payslips.
Wow.
That's how,
Wow, that's a great story. That's risking it.
Yeah. And the one before was also like that. My wife was about to go on maternity leave.
Yeah.
So when she's on maternity leave, you can't do it.
Yeah.
Because no lender is about to lend.
Yeah.
But she took annual leave for some reason without thinking about it.
Yeah.
So then the payslip came with annual leave, not maternity leave.
No.
So we settled that property.
Wow.
It's really crazy,
Wow.
So if you have a goal, and if you think about that goal throughout the period, you will get it. And even if you keep thinking about something, the universe will also manifest it on your behalf.
Yeah.
So that's what I realized in the journey.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's a wild journey.
Wow, that's a crazy journey because I bought properties on credit card. Like back in the day when you get a home loan, you get credit cards.
Yeah.
And you take money off the credit card, take money off another credit card, and you put it in another bank account. And then I would use that as the deposit to get a loan for the next property.
Wow.
And I don't think you can do that now, but I'm happy with the risk. I'll take the risk and that's fine. I'm okay with that. You are okay with risk. You made it. You believed in it. You had your affirmation set and you achieved it. That's a great story. That's amazing. So
if you believe, you can do it.
You can do it. No, that's amazing.
So whoever is thinking whether I can do it or not, the question is, what do you really want? Do you want it or not?
Yeah.
If you want it, you can get it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. So what to now? What's the plan now? What's the next steps for Ollie?
My next step is I want to grow my property portfolio.
Yeah.
So in the next coming years.
Yeah.
So that's my goal. I want to double my property portfolio.
Fantastic. That's super exciting. We got plenty to talk about with that. We can do that.
It is.
We can do that. And any other plans with Sri Lanka? Have you been home to see family or anything like that?
Not yet. So I hope to, because my family is mostly here.
Yeah.
So I will hopefully bring my father here for a visit. And
nice.
Soon I will
sell him a property. Yeah.
He's already got a property.
Has he?
He never wanted to be here.
Yeah.
I brought my mom here, but he never likes to be in Australia.
Yeah.
He loves to live where he is born and died there. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He's been living in his property for his entire life.
Yeah. That's it. Nice. Fantastic, Ollie. I appreciate you sharing your journey, and we wanted to share with everyone your journey in property investment and working with Pinnacle. It's been fantastic, Ollie. It's been fantastic working with you as well. We enjoy working with you as part of the team. All the boys love working with you as well.
That's
so,
true.
mate, we're very excited to see you do very well and expand that portfolio.
Thank you, Mick. If you have any doubts and if you think whether you can do it or not, just give us a call. It's not about whether we can do or not. It's whether you want to do it. If you really want to do it, we can help you.
Yeah.
Just give us a call.
It can be achieved.
It is 100%.
100%. Thank you, Ollie.
It's always right to do what is right for you.
That's right. 100%. Thank you, Ollie.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.